Hello everyone. In today's class, we learn the nutrition in humans. In the last class, we have learned what is animal nutrition and what are the different modes of nutrition in different insects or organisms. Okay. Now we learn in detail about nutrition in humans. So we take food through our mouth. This the process is known as by our hand, and the process is known as procuring of food. Procuring of food. Then we digest and utilize it, and this is known as what? Nutrition. The undigested part of the food are expelled through our body, which is known as egestion. In the last class I explained. The food passes through a long muscular canal that is known as our alimentary canal or digestive tract. Okay, from mouth to the anus, the system is known as digestive tract. That is this system from mouth to the anus. This is known as your alimentary canal or digestive tract. Okay, the alimentary canal begins at the buccal cavity of at mouth and ends at the anus. So the alimentary canal consists of these basic six parts. The first is buccal cavity or oral cavity, which is present at mouth. Then esophagus or food pipe, that is from mouth to stomach. A pipe is there from which the food travels, is known as your esophagus or food pipe. Then your stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. These are the six parts of your digestive system. We'll learn each part and their activity in detail later on. Okay, the inner wall of stomach and small intestine and various glands such as salivary glands, liver, and pancreas secrete some digestive juice. So along with this part, there are some other organs which secrete some digestive juice. There is the chemicals, different types of chemicals. This digestive juice changes the complex insoluble food substance to simple soluble form substance. So what these other glands and organs do, they secrete some digestive juice, and these juice are nothing but some chemicals and enzymes. This converts the complex insoluble food into soluble form and simple form. The digestive tract and the associated glands, that means the digestive tract starting from buccal cavity to the anus, and these glands which are salivary gland, liver, and pancreas together constitute the digestive system. So what is digestive system? The digestive tract along with all associated glands are known as your digestive system. Okay, next, in digestive system there are two parts. First is digestive tract, this is the organ part, and associated glands which secrete the different juices. So digestive tract, we have first buccal cavity at mouth, then esophagus, there is a food pipe, then stomach, small intestine, large intestine, and anus. Okay, and in associated there are three glands associated. The first is salivary glands at mouth, then pancreas and liver. These two associated in, these two are found in your stomach. So let us start from the first, ingestion. You know what is ingestion? Ingestion is nothing but the process of taking food into the body called as ingestion. How we take food? Human beings have mouth for the ingestion of food. The food is taken into the body through the mouth with the help of hands. How we take food? With the help of our hand, we take food and take food into our mouth. And this process of taking food is known as ingestion. Now, how a starfish takes food? It is quite interesting to know that a starfish feeds on animals that are covered with hard shells, okay, of calcium carbonate. The animals such as snails, so they have hard cover. So this cover is made of calcium carbonate. Okay, after opening the shell, the starfish takes out its stomach through the mouth and eats soft animals. How starfish eats? It eats through the stomach itself. Okay, after opening the mouth, the stomach of starfish goes out. It eats the soft insects or animals, then it again enters in. So the ingestion process in starfish is quite different and interesting, so that's why it is given over here. So let us read each step in detail. So the digestive tract starts from the buccal cavity at mouth, or buccal cavity or oral cavity. Remember this. From the mouth, the food goes into the buccal cavity or oral cavity. From the mouth, the food goes into where? Buccal cavity or oral cavity. The buccal cavity contains teeth, tongue, and salivary glands. So what is buccal cavity? It is nothing but the association of teeth, tongue, and salivary glands. Teeth are present in the mouth, tongue is also in mouth, and salivary glands also in the mouth. let us study detail about each. So first is teeth. What do teeth do? Okay, what is the function of teeth? The teeth break the food into small pieces, chew and grind it. So the function of teeth is to break the food we eat into small pieces, chew it and grind it. Chewing mixes the small pieces of food with the saliva. So what is chewing? Chewing is the process in which the small pieces of food, which is the complex into small, is done by the teeth and it is mixed with the saliva. Okay, saliva from salivary gland. Okay, this process is called mastication. So what is mastication? Mastication is the mixing of food, small pieces of food with the saliva is known as mastication. The digestion of food inside the buccal cavity is called mechanical digestion. So mechanical and chemical, there are two types of digestion. Mechanical means using some physical force and chemical means using some chemical. So here what you are doing in mouth, you are chewing it or you are breaking it into small pieces or grinding it with the help of teeth. So you are using some mechanical force. So this type of digestion in mouth, there is a buccal cavity is known as mechanical digestion happens in buccal cavity. Okay, each tooth is present in a separate socket of gums. So you all know our teeth are present in two gums. The white substance that covered the teeth is called enamel. So our teeth is covered by a white dense or strong substance. It is known as the enamel. It is the hardest substance in the human body. So you all know the teeth, our teeth is the hardest substance in our body. Okay, and it is covered with a white substance known as enamel. So our teeth are of different shapes that carry out different functions. We all have seen that all of our teeth are not of the same shape. The each and every teeth have some different shape, or there are some common shape present in our teeth. Maybe two or three teeth are same, then other two are different. Okay, that is all teeth are in our mouth are not same. They have some different shape. Why different shape? Because they perform different activities. On the basis of their structure and function, teeth are of four types. So in our mouth, how many types of teeth are there? There are four types of teeth. Okay, the first is incisor, then canine, then premolar, and last one is molar. You can look at this shape. Canine is look like some cutter, then sorry, the incisor looks like some cutter, then look at this is quite different in shape from this, and these are looks like grinder. Okay, the first is incisor. Incisor is the cutting teeth. Okay, incisor is known as the cutting teeth. Whenever you eat any food, you need to cut into small pieces it. So who helps in your incisor teeth helps in cutting. These are four flat and blade like teeth present in the front part of the jaw. So where they are present, they are four in number, that is 1 2 3 4. Look at here, these four teeth are your incisor, where they are present in the front part of your jaw. Okay, so there are four in each gum. So this is your one gum. In another gum there will be another four. So in your mouth there are eight, but in one gum there are four. And this looks like blade like. Look at this look like blade like teeth present in the front part of each jaw front part. There are four. So in two gum there will be 4 into 2, total 8 incisor teeth are present in your mouth. Okay, these teeth are used to bite and cut the food into small pieces. So what are their function? To bite and cut the food into small pieces. So they are known as cutter teeth. Okay, then we have canines, that is tearing teeth. These are present on the either side of the incisors. Okay, where they are present? They are present on the both side of incisor, that is one on each side. After incisor there is a cutter teeth, in each side one is present over here. Okay, so these are canines. These are two in number in each jaw. So in each side one here, one here, so two in each jaw. So we have two jaw, 2 into 2 is 4. In your mouth total 4 teeth are present. There are two in number each jaw. These are sharp and pointed and help in tearing the food. So what are their function? They help in the tearing of food. Okay, so we have left two more types. Then the next is premolar. Premolar means the grinding teeth, which help in the process of grinding. there are two premolars next to each canine. After each canine, after this much done, incisor then canine, there are two premolars. Okay, in each gum there are two in each side. So in each gum there are 4 into 2 gum, we have 8 premolars. Okay, there are two premolars next to each canine. After each canine there will be two premolars in each side. You have two gum, so there will be total 8. In lower gum there will be 2, and in upper gum there will be 4. 4 plus 4 8. Okay, 4 in number in each jaw. Okay, these have broad and flat grinding surface. These have broad, you can see that this is a broad surface compared to this is sharp, but this is broad surface. So they are helping in the process of grinding the food. They grind the food and break into small pieces. What they do, they grind the food. Your incisor helps in cutting, canines help in tearing, and your premolar help in grinding. Okay, then we have molars. These are also the grinding teeth. The remaining teeth in the jaw are the 3 molar on either side of the premolar. After premolar also we have 3 in each side molars. So in each gum there will be 3 plus 3 6, and 6 to the 12. So we have total number of 12 molars in our mouth. Okay, remember this. So how many incisors we have? We have 4 incisors, 2 canines, and 4 premolars and 6 molars in one side. Okay, so what are the function of these molars? These teeth also have broad and flat grinding surface. You can see this surface is too big, so they are also broad and help in the function of grinding. They are larger than the premolars. The size is larger than the premolars. These are also used to crush and grind the food. They are also used to crush and grind the food. So from here you need to draw this diagram, and you need to practice the diagram, that what are the position of different teeth, where these are found, and how they look. We have in each gum, remember we have 2 gum. In each gum there are 4 incisors which are help in cutting. Then canines are there. After in both side of these incisors, 1 in each side, these help in the process of tearing. Then this canine we have 2 in each side premolars, they help in grinding. After premolars we have 3 and 3 in each side of premolars, they also help in grinding. Okay, this is in one gum. So in one gum how many teeth you have? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16. 16 into 2 gum, we have total 32 teeth. Okay, remember this. Next we have two types of teeth. This is also known to all of you. One is permanent teeth, another one is temporary teeth. So basically we all know kids have temporary teeth. After certain age their teeth, they get the new teeth. So these new teeth are known as their permanent teeth, but the initial teeth which they get after their birth is known as the temporary teeth or milk teeth. In human beings the teeth grow twice. In human beings we all know the teeth grow twice. The temporary set of teeth grow when the child is in the age of 6 months to 8 years. So when the temporary teeth will come? In the age of 6 months to 8 years, when it is a child. This set of teeth is called as milk teeth. So we only know milk teeth. What is milk teeth? The teeth which comes at the very younger age of a child. Okay, these teeth are smaller and weaker. So these teeth of child are all are small in size and weaker. These are 20 in number, 10 in upper jaw, okay, and 10 in lower jaw. Okay, in case of child there are only 20 teeth, but in case of mature person there are total 16 to the 32 teeth. Okay, in case of child there are 20 teeth, 10 in each jaw. In each jaw what are different types of teeth? 4 incisors similar to us, 4 incisors kids also have. Then 2 canines similar to us, they also have, childs also have 2 canines, but they don't have this premolar. Okay, they directly have 4 molars. They have 4 molars. Okay, they like this premolar, they have 4 molars, and 10 in lower jaw of same type. Teeth grow again after the milk teeth fall out, and you all know after certain age such as 7 or 8 years all the milk teeth will fall out and new teeth will come. So teeth grow after this fallout of milk teeth are known as your permanent teeth. The second set of teeth is called permanent, that is after the first set, that is the your temporary teeth or milk teeth will fall out, then new teeth will come. This teeth will be known as your permanent teeth, and this will last up to your old age. Okay, these teeth remain till old age. Permanent teeth cannot be replaced by new natural teeth. So once your permanent teeth will fall out, there will be no natural teeth, another teeth. If your this, if you are mature and if your this teeth is, for example, fall out, then what will happen? A new teeth will never come in this place. You need to go to doctor and you need to place an artificial teeth. Another natural teeth will never grow in this place. Okay, there these are 32 number. As I told, we have 32 number of permanent teeth. 16 apart. What are these? 4 incisors, 2 canines, 4 molars and premolars and 6 molars. I have already explained this, and 6 in the lower jaw of same type. Just you need to remember these 4 names: canines, premolars, molars and incisors, and you need to draw this diagram also. Okay, then the next is tongue. We know about the teeth. Next is tongue. The tongue is a fleshy muscular organ attached to the back of the floor of the buccal cavity. Where tongue is attached? Tongue is attached at the back of the buccal cavity. Okay, it is free at the front and can move in all directions. So tongue can move in all direction, and this side is attached to your buccal cavity. So this part can move in any direction, top, down, left, right, any direction your tongue can move. Okay, the tongue helps in mixing of saliva with food. What is the tongue function of tongue? First is they helps in the mixing of saliva with the food. Then they helps in the process of taste. Then pushing the food. They helps in pushing and swallowing the food into the food pipe and getting of different taste of food. They help in getting with a different taste. So how they taste? They have different several taste buds. Okay, what they have? They have taste buds that can distinguish 4 taste in food. So your tongue helps in distinguishes only 4 type of taste. The first is salty, then sour, bitter and sweet. So the this part of your tongue helps in taste sweet. Okay, then this part helps in tasting salty, this helps in tasting sour, and this part helps in tasting bitter. So you need to draw this diagram also, and with the diagram you need to label this place where and which part is helping in sensing which taste. Okay, then comes the saliva gland, because your buccal cavity consists of 3 things: your teeth, tongue and salivary gland. Okay, the salivary glands produce saliva. So what are their function? They produce saliva. What saliva contain? Saliva contain a special type of enzyme known as amylase or salivary amylase. Okay, saliva contains an enzyme known as salivary amylase. From where we get saliva? Saliva we get from salivary gland. This gland produce saliva, and saliva contains an enzyme that is an amylase. What is an enzyme? A substance that helps chemical change happens more quickly. That is, a chemical reaction is happening whenever you are eating. If food is going into your stomach, you are chewing it, something reaction is going on. So what an enzyme do? Enzyme helps in making the process fast. Okay, enzymes help in making any process fast. So saliva contains an enzyme amylase that will making the process of digestion fast. Amylase converts the starch present in the food into sugar. Amylase, what they do? They help in the process of conversion of starch in food. Starch is present. They help in converting this starch into sugars. Starch to sugar by the help of amylase. Remember this. Okay, saliva also makes the food wet and slimy so that it can easily be swallowed. Okay, so what saliva do? Saliva makes the food slimy so that the food can easily move through the food pipe from mouth to the stomach. Okay, now we have tooth decay. Okay, what is tooth decay? We all know whenever we eat food, or chocolates or some sticky food, what will happen? Or some fibrous food, for such as meat, some food gets stuck in between our teeth. Okay, and what happens in that, after the food gets stuck over there, it will remain over there and it will decay over there. Decay means it will become decomposed over there. And what will happen? In your mouth some bacteria are there. Okay, this bacteria will react with this, and ultimately a hole will be made in your teeth. and this hole will touch the gum of your mouth. Then what will happen? Whenever you will eat any cold drinks or any hot tea, you will feel sensitivity. Okay, this sensitivity is due to this process. Whenever you eat any sticky food like chocolate or fibrous food like meat, and you don't brush properly, your food gets stuck into the teeth, and bacteria present on your mouth, they react with it and they forms a hole in your teeth, ultimately in the gum. And for this reason you have to suffer from sensitivity. So all of you need to brush properly to get rid of this. On this process is known as tooth decay. So what you need to do to prevent this decay? We should avoid eating too many sweets, ice creams and chocolates. Okay, the next is we must brush our teeth at least twice a day. You need to brush twice a day. Then we must floss our teeth every day. A dental floss is special strong thread that is moved back in the front through the space between the teeth. Okay, then you must clean. There is the process of cleaning. You must clean your teeth every day. So this is for today. In the next class we'll learn the different other parts of the digestive system. Thank you.